What's going on, guys? It's David here, and today I'd like to welcome you guys to another episode of This Week in CrossFit. So it's officially post-CrossFit Games season, but as of right now, news pretty much kind of slows down because there's not really a whole bunch going on. So going forward, you're probably going to be seeing a lot more product reviews over time, not a whole bunch of these news stories like this, because obviously the game season is the highlight of the year in the world of CrossFit. But we still do have some news this week. Got a lot of interesting things going on. A little bit of some shifts that might take place over the course of this next year that could potentially change the outcomes of next year's CrossFit Games. The women's champion for the 2018 CrossFit Games, Claire Tumé, has officially, I guess, decided to switch region. Alright guys, so essentially what happened is I thought I was recording when I didn't, but I had a segment of the story for today, one of the stories for today, which briefly talked about Claire Tumé essentially selling her home gym, CrossFit Gladstone in Australia, and now moving over to Cookeville, Tennessee, and training with the Cookeville folks. It's a very interesting move because a lot of people have been moving over to training in Cookeville. You had Matt Fraser earlier this year who also did. On top of that, you have a few of the Mayhem team athletes that are going to be leaving, specifically Darren Hunsucker and Lindy Barber, as well as possibly another person, Matt Hewitt, who won't be training with the CrossFit Mayhem team any longer. So that leaves the possibility that either A, Tia is going to be going individual but going to be competing out of the central region, or B, maybe possibly Tia will be on the CrossFit Mayhem CrossFit Games team. Who knows? So let me know down below who you guys, or what you guys think will happen. Let's get back to the rest of the show, and my light just went out again. So I want to know from you guys, would you buy Tia's gym if you had the money? And B, if you could put together your own super team of CrossFit athletes, including yourself, who would be on your team and why? Moving on from the CrossFit Games news and moving on to the Wodapalooza news. Wodapalooza just announced the dates as well as registration prices for the Wodapalooza City Series. So essentially it's just Wodapalooza in these other cities outside of just Miami. And Wodapalooza has been growing every single year. It seems like a really great event. I would love to be able to go to Wodapalooza. I don't know, maybe it would be cool to even just sign up for the scaled division and just do something like that just to kind of experience it, because it seems like a blast every time people go to any of the Wodapalooza events. But the only thing is the prices for the individual athletes definitely does seem like quite a bit. $200 for a competition seems pretty steep, especially when you given the fact that here in the Bay Area you're probably spending anywhere from $150 to upwards to $300 for a CrossFit membership. So that is pretty pricey to expect somebody to pay that. But again, CrossFit is mainly for people that definitely do have disposable income. Again, I think it would actually be something that would be worth going to experiencing, at least as a spectator, but also checking out as a competitor. So I would like to know your guys' thoughts. Do you think $200 is pretty pricey, pretty costly, pretty expensive in regards to signing up for a competition? What is the most that you have ever spent for a competition? I've probably never spent more than $100 for a competition, so that's why it seems a little bit pricey for me to be spending $200 to go down to LA, which would also be another 8 hours spent of gas, hotels, all these other fees. But again, if the experience is worth it, if they are providing more than just the competition of itself, maybe it's like a 3-day competition, that would be pretty dope. As far as product review, as far as product news goes, probably one of my favorite Reebok training shoes has been re-released, and as you guys probably know, I'm not a huge Reebok fan. I'm definitely more Team Nike, but the Reebok Nano 4 just got re-released. It was actually released at the games. If you were at the event, they had the Black and Gum Nano Pack, which I mentioned in one of my other videos, but they actually released a limited number of Nano 4s on their website in different colors. These are probably one of my favorites. I actually still have this shoe. I bought it, or actually I got it for free when they first came out because I volunteered at the Reebok CrossFit invitationals that took place in San Jose. The last year it took place in San Jose, or the last time they did regionals in San Jose. Got a pair of those, worn them so many times. I still wear them to this day. They still feel super comfortable. Probably one of my favorite training shoes of all time. But they've released a ton of different colors for men and for women in limited numbers. So if you want to get a pair of these, you gotta act fast. I'll leave a link down in the comments below. Actually, the description below. You can only get them on Reebok.com, unfortunately. So if you want a pair, make sure to hit that link down below and grab yourself a pair of Reebok Nano 4s. And to pass the question off to you guys, what are your favorite training shoes to train in on a day-to-day basis? Do you like Reebok Nanos? Do you like the Nano 4? Are you more of a Metcon person? Or maybe you're using some brand, for example, Skechers. And in other news, Frank Vandersloot of Idaho, who's of the age of 70, just broke the record for the fastest 100-meter time for his age group, which was previously set at 15.3 seconds, and he was able to pull a 100-meter row at 14.4 seconds, which is pretty impressive to do for his age. In the video, he claims he's not an athlete, but I will say that I wasn't a huge fan of the presentation because it almost seemed like he was trying to get people to buy his product, which was the only reason why he was doing this event, kind of like a publicity stunt. I've never heard of this product before, Melaleuca. If you want to check it out, you're more than welcome to. I don't plan on buying any multi-level marketing scams because frankly, for that matter, I'm not stupid. Now, it's not that I think that people are stupid, but it is kind of a gimmick to believe that pre-workouts are what you need for training. It's a nice thing to have, but it's not a necessity. So that's where I was I was a little upset at the video because it definitely seemed like it was a commercial more than it was an actual ode to his health and fitness. Again, make sure that you're focused more on getting your diet right as opposed to pre-workouts and supplements and things like that, because if anything, pre-workouts and supplements aren't necessity to training, aren't necessity to life. You can live without those. But I would still like to find out from you guys what your favorite pre-workout or what your favorite supplements are. What products are you guys using for training? I'd love to know. I'd love to try some new stuff out because, as you guys know, I'm always constantly on the lookout looking for new products and things like that to test out.